Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, it's part one of a three-part deep dive into bicentennial coins and coin sets. So, in this episode, it's the circulating coins and the uncirculated mint set. So, the mint set. The mint set is released each year, obviously, and 12 coins that do 6 each, Denver and Philadelphia mint, if you're not already familiar. And for the bicentennial, the mint held a contest to redesign the quarter, the half, and the dollar. And so obviously these are the winning designs. So the red envelope are the Denver minted coins, and the blue envelope are the Philadelphia coins. And some of these have taken on a little bit of a goldish cast, toning, whatever you want to say, tarnishing. But I think a lot of it has to do with the packaging. There was cardboard inside, and these aren't necessarily airtight, so over time, that's what happens. So, not unpleasant, I guess, on Ike, so maybe I should rescue these before too much more goes on. But there are some errors to know about on the bicentennial coins, and specifically ones that come in the mint sets. But probably the most valuable of the errors in the bicentennial coinage is on the circulating quarter. There's a DDO to be aware of. There's doubling on Liberty, and I'll show you some images. We'll take a look on the microscope as well at some of my coins and see if I've possibly got anything decent. So let's get a little deeper into it. Let's get into the real exciting part of this and talk about the varieties, the money makers. So let's get into the quarter and see if we can find the differences between the circulating quarter and the one that's in the mint sets. The circulating quarter is much more valuable in gem condition, like MS65 and above, because they're found in circulation. The ones that are the air that's found in the mint set, and I shouldn't say air, it's really a variety. The one that's in the mint set, obviously because they're in mint sets, the value on those is a little bit lower because you'd expect those to be in nicer condition. So anyway, here's an image from Variety Vista that shows the doubling that you can look for on the R and the T in Liberty. The lettering is shifted to the left, or actually to the right, depending on how you look at it. And then below the R is a die marker. So as I mentioned, there is a die marker that you could use to help identify FS101. There'd be a die scratch between the R and George's head. But the doubling is so pronounced, usually if at this magnification, you'd be able to see it. And so let's take a look at a couple of my quarters. I do have a couple tubes of these put away for checking. It's hard to check on the fly for the error or the variety because you'd need a loop handy. And yeah, generally when I find these, I just kind of stash them away and figure I'll get to it later. So let's check a few. Right, here we are with the circulation strike quarter, the 1976D, and you're looking for some doubling on the R in Liberty. And then there is FS 102, which is found in mint sets, and because of that, the value on FS 102 is lower than FS 101, just because you'd expect the coins to be more well preserved. And it doesn't mean you couldn't find them in circulation. People break out mint sets all the time, and cast out the ones they don't want into circulation, so it's possible that you could find these. So it is a much more subtle doubling, and again, mostly in Liberty, or pretty much exclusively in Liberty. And there is a dye marker to look out for on this one as well. And so here are some images from Variety Vista. And let's check out a few of my coins to see if we've got the error or variety. It is difficult with the packaging sometimes to get a good image on the microscope, but let's give it a go. And the coins from the mint set. Same thing, you're looking for the R in Liberty, but the doubling looks slightly different. So it is worth noting that even if you don't have the double die that we're looking for, the one that's like FS 101 or 102, doesn't mean there aren't other types of double dies out there, and some of those could be valuable on eBay and whatnot. I'm mainly focusing on the ones that are recognized by PCGS. Get a nicer look at each of the coins for their design. And yeah, this image with the drummer boy, although does seem somewhat older here, according to the research and whatnot. Some kids as young as 9 years old were drummer boys in the War for Independence. So very, very nice design. And then we've got Independence Hall. Very nice as well. And then for the Ike dollar, retain the imagery with the moon, which is kind of cool. And got the Liberty Bell. So beautiful designs. Love this set. So in order to meet the anticipated heavy demand for the Bicentennial coins, the mint did something interesting and minted Bicentennial coins in both 1975 and 1976. So there are no quarters, halves, or dollars dated 1975. So that is one little bit of trivia. And the other cool thing is there's something called a Type 1 Ike dollar that appeared in the 1975 version of the mint set and proof set. And we'll show the proof set in the other video, of course. But you can note the kind of thick font or serifs on the United States or around where it says $1. And there was a little bit of a problem with that because it was in contrast with the style that's on the obverse. It's kind of a more thin font. So for the 19, sorry to crinkle the papers. For the 1976 version, you can see the serif is much more narrow and yeah, kind of more in line with what's on the obverse. So that's one big difference between the 75 and 76 set. So there are so many Bicentennial coins out in circulation, of course. The quarter, there's like 860 million of the Denver and almost 810 million of the Philadelphia. But for these individual sets, there were less than 2 million minted. This 1975 set has 1,921,488 minted. And the 1976 has 1,892,513. Initial cost for each set was $6. All Right, so hopefully you've enjoyed checking out the Bicentennial coins. I realize this isn't specifically a Bicentennial design, but found another cool toner by going through these sets. So definitely gonna have to take some of these out for my next PCGS submission just to kind of get a few of them put away. So thanks so much for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense. And until next time, bye. And be sure to check out part 2 when we go through the proof sets.